Welcome back to the BISD Word Studio. If you're watching this video, it is because you have signed up to be a part of a distance learning session with you and your students, and you are going to be connecting using BlueJeans, which means that if your laptop has a webcam, either integrated into the laptop or external, you can be a part of a distance learning session without having all of the equipment set up that we used to have to lug around. So the first thing I want to do is turn attention to the email in my inbox. And this email came from Region 6, and it is a confirmation notice about the event. And you will receive this as well if you have signed up for a distance learning event. Down at the bottom, if you scroll through, there's information right here that's highlighted in yellow. This is the first place you want to go, because this is where you're going to test out your system and make sure you have the required plugins. So I'm going to click on this testing site, and that's going to redirect me to the BlueJeans network. And it's going to ask you to put in your name. It may ask for your email address as well, but that's not necessary because this is just for a test. Click on Access Meeting. You are going to connect with your browser, and then you click on the blue Join Meeting button. And the first time you do this, it's going to ask you to download a plugin for your Chrome browser. So you're going to click right here on the blue button to download. That's going to take just a second right here to download in the bottom left-hand corner of your browser. While that is downloading, a few things that I want to talk about back over here in your email. I'm going to scroll back up to the top. And right here, this is some really important information. Please make sure that you understand that if you are running a distance learning session in your classroom and you don't have myself or somebody else there to help you facilitate, preparation of your classroom is very, very important, especially if you're going to be an interactive site. Before the day of the event, it's a good idea to talk to your students about the content of the distance learning session. Many times they'll actually send you emails with materials that you can use to prep your students. It's important to talk to your students about behavior during these events, about where they're going to sit, how they're going to respond into an external microphone or walking up to the camera if you are being interactive. You also need to know that on the day of the event, they're going to ask for a roll call. So somebody from Region 6 will pop up first, and they'll say, "Hello, Mrs. Johnston's class, and welcome to the distance learning session. How many students and teachers are in your room today?" So before that happens, you might want to do a quick head count and have that information available to them. So now, if you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner, my plugin has finished installing. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on Run, and that's going to install that little sort of piece of software that we need inside of our browser so that we can participate via BlueJeans network. A couple of other things that you might want to consider. If you are an interactive site and your students are going to be asking questions, have those questions prepared beforehand and have them written down. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this. You can do it on note cards for each individual student, or perhaps you've brainstormed a list of 5 questions that the whole class wants to know, and you can have those posted on the wall somewhere in the class close to the camera. So if the facilitator on their end asks what the questions are, the students can easily see them. So now I'm going to switch back over to my BlueJeans tab, and you'll notice now that we can see my webcam. I'm going to go ahead and click and look what this says right here. You have a few options. Don't send, only receive, dial in with phone and send video. I can't imagine why you would ever do anything other than send and receive. So make sure that's checked and click on join. And then here's what you're looking for. You're looking for the video feed that you see right here. Your parrot right here. If you speak to your parrot, and I have my sound off so that we don't cause feedback problems, but here's what happens. As I'm talking, you're probably seeing that the parrot's mouth is moving. When I talk, the parrot repeats back to me what I've said. So if you're hearing that parrot speak back to you, you're having audio feed as well, and you can confirm that your video and your audio are both set up for your session. During your session, it is very important to please keep your microphone muted, and this is how you do that right there, that little button. Just click on that little button and turn your mic off during the session. Otherwise, every other class that is participating across the world will be hearing you and your little students chatter. One last little tip that I'll give you is, on the day of your event, your kids are going to be so excited that they can see themselves in this little window right here. So connect a few minutes early. Typically, we tell you to please connect 15 minutes before the start of the event. And give your kids a few minutes to get the wiggles out. They're all excited to see themselves. Let them wave and say, "Hi, Mom." And then talk about the fact that once the session is live, they need to be still, they need to be respectful, and they need to pay attention to the speaker on the other side because they can be seen by the facilitator on the other side of the distance learning event. So step one is to go to the test site within the email. Step two is to install the plugin and make sure that everything's working correctly. And then on the day of the event, 15 minutes before the event starts, please follow the link that has you'll notice right here, it has the session number at the end, and that will take you to the live link for the event for that day. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to contact your instructional technology specialist.